Torino is nice because it's a little jewel of the Piemonte, is the region of Torino. When you walk through the streets, you can feel like if we were in the 19th century or at the beginning of the 20th. It's still so old, so aristocratic, big white buildings surrounded by the arcades, the palaces. Torino is famous for lots of things. Well, most for the Fiat industries. It's Fiat, it's Fabbrica Italiana Automobili Torino. It's also famous for the chocolate, for the wine, for its natural beauty surrounded by the Alps, its Baroque style of the city and all the beauty that you can find in the town. My name is Fabio. I'm 31 years old. I was born and raised here in Torino. I'm a professional photographer and I know lots of beautiful places in the city. Today we're going to visit 3 different places of Torino. Actually, we are at the Basilica of Superga, is the highest point of the city, where you can see all the region. Then we will take a historical train, the descent from the hill. We're going to pass through the city and visit all the neighborhood where you can find markets, arcades, streets, boulevards. Later, we're going outside the city to visit the Sacra di San Michele. It's a big church on the top of the hill that divides the city from the Alps. So we are at the Basilica of Superga. It was built by Ibarra, and it's also known for a tragedy that happened in 1949 where a plane crashed and the entire Torino soccer team died during the crash. It was the best team ever, maybe, that we had in Italy, and here is the memory of them. Soccer in Italy, it's pretty a religious thing. Everyone loves soccer, and this is the memory of the team. All the supporters comes here, and it's still very felt by the people. Let's go to take the historical train right now and going down to the city and visit all the beauty of it. The special thing is that it never changed. So you have a piece of history here. It's like this since the 19th century, I guess, since they founded the train. It's not like a roller coaster, but it's slower than that, but it's cool. We are in the heart of Torino, in the city center. It's the Via Roma. As you can see, there are lots of arcades. They were originally built for the king because it's a funny story. He didn't like to get wet, so they built it for him to let him walk easily when it rains. There are kilometers of arcades in Torino. We are known also for that. And as you can see here, we have the biggest gallery in town. It names Galleria San Federico. It's beautiful for its style, and it's a nice, quiet place to pass through. Right now we are in the Piazzetta 4 Marzo. It's a small square where you can find lots of bars. You can lunch outside in a beautiful day like this. It's in the middle of the Quadrilatero Romano. It's a neighborhood with all small streets. It is one of the ancient part of the city. It's a big difference from the other neighborhood, this one, because you're just behind the city center and you can find some peace and relax here because it's like a small village. The first one that we're going to visit is the Bicerin Cafe. Chocolate is one of the most important parts in life of Torino. We have a long tradition of industries that works with chocolate. You can find one of the finest and purest chocolate in the world here in Torino and in the region. I take you in the Bicerin Cafe. It's the oldest one in Torino. It was founded in the 18th century. and it's famous for the biccerin. It's the oldest and traditional drink of Torino, and it's made by coffee, chocolate, and cream. I'm in love with chocolate of Torino, of course. We are just near the largest open-air market in Torino, so we're going to show. It's a really famous place in Torino, everybody knows it. You can find everything you want here. Mi dai per favore un pacchetto di... no, anche meno di un chilo se si può. For the Italians, it's one of the most important things to eat well, to eat good things. It's so various, the cuisine in Italy, the food in Italy. We eat lots of things, different things. The world comes here actually for eating Italian style food. Turin is full of symbols and signs about the war between good and evil forces. You can find statues of demons, angels. Also in the churches there are lots of Masonic symbols. And for example, we are here at the Gran Madre of Torino. One of the stories of this church is that between the two statues at the entrance is buried the Holy Grail. As you can see, the statue on my right is holding a cup. And someone says that the statue looks toward the point where the Holy Grail is buried. There are lots of tours that explain you better these stories about magical and good and evil forces that fight one against each other. Just behind my shoulders, you can see the monastery. It was built in the 11th century and it's still used by the monks.
Andiamo a vedere i resti del monastero nuovo.
Okay.
I monaci, assieme a aver fatto la grande chiesa, hanno anche fatto un grande monastero.
So we are here, we arrived at the Sacra of San Michele. Father Pino is here and is going to help us to know something more about this place. So, grazie dell'aiuto.
Well, welcome. Welcome.
He said that the abbey was from the Benedictine monks until the king gave to them, to the Rosminian fathers. Quindi vivete ancora qua?
Noi viviamo qui. Three fathers living here every day.
100,000, 100,000 people, pilgrims that comes here every year and visit the abbey. You can see all the entire valley that go from France and to the Alps. And on the other side you have Torino and all the Piemonte. Come vivere qua? Vivere...
Beautiful. Paradise.
Eccomi. Ciao Luca, com'è?
Bene, tu?
Tutto bene, tutto
La giornata?
Bene. This is my home, this is where I live with my girlfriend, Elisa.
Hello.
And this is where I work. Right now I have just to change my clothes and let's get to the city center for some nightlife with my friends. We're actually in San Salvario neighborhood. It's one of the coolest places if you want a nightlife in Torino.
Quindi quello puffo per te, ragazzi, alla vostra. Grazie di essere venuti.
Thanks for the experience and cheers.